I saw the issue. I saw the viral news of the young man that was thought to be driving on suspended license. He was having a hearing, but he was driving while his license was suspended. It went viral. It went viral. Everybody like, why is he driving on suspended license and talking to the judge while driving? That don't make no sense. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Well, it turned out that it was all a big mistake. I'm not quite sure exactly what the issue was, but I know it wasn't that he was knowingly driving on suspended license, and then on the phone, doing a virtual call with the judge. It turned out it was a big mistake. They said it was a clerical issue. I'm here to tell you, a clerical issue, a clerical mistake will derail your life. A clerical mistake will put your life on hold. I have dealt with this a few times in the past. All it takes is for somebody to make a clerical mistake, and your life can go into a world of trouble in a heartbeat. I had this to happen to me on a number of occasions. My license was suspended. I didn't know it. Truck driver, years ago. I was up in Pennsylvania area. I got stopped for speeding, no doubt, in the construction zone. The car ran my license, came back suspended. I got shut down. My company had to send somebody to come recover the truck in me. So when I finally got home, I had to do a whole lot of phone calling. I had to do a whole lot of tracing. I had to do a whole lot to find out what was going on. Turned out that the state of California, I think it was, suspended my license over a ticket that happened years prior to that, me being pulled over. And the issue was taken care of. The issue had been taken care of. So I had to go back. When I got home, me and my wife, we had to go back and do a lot of phone callings, a lot of tracing, trying to find out exactly who spent why my license is suspended and such. Thank God I had a little help from the company that I was working for. They kind of helped me out a little bit. They did some of the searching for me and stuff like that. Turned out my license was suspended due to a clerical issue. Yeah, they did that. So I had to go and pull papers and go and pull up, find receipts and find stuff and send it to California and stuff, send it, then sit around and wait, and then and they finally cleared me. They finally cleared me, but they still got some money out of it. I still had to go and pay. I still had to do something, pay a little bit to get my license for them to clear my license. Then a few years later, the state of Mississippi suspended my license. No, yeah. No, that's what my license was suspended. The state of Mississippi suspended my license due to a clerical issue in California. Yeah, like I said. Now I had two different occasions. Yeah, that was right. The first, then Mississippi came back a few years later and suspended my license. They said I had an issue in California. And I called the Mississippi. I called the state of Mississippi. And the lady was like, I said, what's going on with my license? Why y'all suspending my license? They didn't send me nothing. They didn't let me know. They didn't let me know nothing by mail or nothing. Well, your license been suspended in California because you got an unpaid ticket. I said, do you have any information or anything? I remember talking to the lady on the phone clear as day down in Jackson, Mississippi. She was harsh. A black woman. She was kind of hard. No, I said, all we knew was give you a case number and phone. I said, you ain't got nothing. No information on the court, nothing, or whatever. This all you can give me? Turned out, long story short, I called California. From what the case number that Mississippi said that they had against me, that I called out there. Them people said, no, we don't see you in our system. She said, we see where you had a ticket a while back, but it was cleared. We don't have no hold on your license. We ain't suspending your license. I had two different issues in the past with that. The state of Mississippi, I found out later on, even I talked to my company I was working for then at the time. They said, I was told that they were seeing that quite often with a lot of truck drivers. With CDLs, Mississippi had got bad back here a few years ago about suspending driver license. And all they was doing was trying to get money. They would suspend driver license, have you to chase down rabbit hole, then find out you were clear, and then they will clear you after you can prove, but you still have to pay a reinstatement fee. They got bad about that. They were doing that and started doing that quite regularly. That's why the state of Mississippi stopped dealing in money orders and what's not. Anytime you want to get something done now, if you go to the DMV or you have to have a cashier's check. Used to be anyway. If you send something down to the state of Mississippi, they stopped dealing in cash and stuff. You have to have a cashier's check. Cause them people, I figured out and we figured out that them people down there in Jackson at the clerk's office and all that, they were suspending driver licenses and turn around getting that money. That's what they were doing. Me and my wife had to call, what? Then the state of California, that town, Alhambra, they contacted Mississippi and told them that they did me a favor and contacted Mississippi or whatever and told them that they weren't looking for me. My license, they didn't suspend my license. So after a while, Mississippi cleared me, but I still had to pay a reinstatement fee. Why do I have to pay a reinstatement fee over something that was a lie? They put it on a clerical issue, like somehow the system didn't take. But oftentimes it be people I know. I have seen this. Mississippi is bad about that. A lot of these states, that's why you oftentimes hear about city clerks and all them getting in trouble for stealing money. Yeah, that's what they'll do. I ran into an issue like that a few years ago, a long time ago too. I got pulled over in a little town outside of Memphis called East Tennessee. I was out of the city limits. A local cop came up behind me all of a sudden and pulled me over and gave me a ticket for speeding. I knew the town. I went through there all the time. I knew where the local cop sit at. He wasn't sitting at that particular place that night. He came out of a hotel parking lot from the back. I saw him in my mirror. I wasn't speeding. He just forced a ticket on me. I even had an argument, pretty much an argument with him about me speeding. I said, man, I know where y'all sit at all the time. I said, I wasn't speeding. He said, did you see me behind you? I said, no, I saw you coming up behind me with no lights on. I said, I saw you come out of that hotel parking lot back there. And you come up behind me with absolutely no lights on. I'm at the city limit. I'm outside the city limits. We got to arguing right on the side of the road. I said, man, you say on speed, show me the radar detector. He didn't want to show me the radar detector. Well, the law says I don't have to show you nothing. I said, well, you're going to accuse me of speeding. And I saw you wasn't in the place that you said you were. And I saw you come out of that hotel parking lot. And you come up behind me with no lights on. Now, if you clock me speeding through the town, why didn't you have no lights on when the moment you saw me? Why didn't you throw your lights on? You came up behind me with absolutely no headlights, so no nothing on. He finally, after I argued with him, he went to the car and messed with the radar gun and sighted up in the window where I can see it. Well, see, I ain't no fool. That thing can be sight to a certain, them numbers you showing me, that's the numbers that can say whatever the speed limit was or whatever. I caught him in a lie. I told my wife I'm going to fight that ticket, but being a truck driver, it's kind of hard. So I went on and just paid the ticket after a while. He gave me a ticket. I went on and paid the ticket. Cleared that. Don't you know, a few years later, that came up again. My license got suspended over that ticket. Me and my wife, when that night I found out my license was suspended that time, me and my wife had to go searching, pull up receipts or whatever. We had to do a trace on the money order. And when we did a trace on the money order, it came back that it was accepted in cash by the clerk. A Western Union money order. And when I called them people and told them we did a trace and they called, and the what's name called, they hurried up and cleared me. They cleared me after that month, after that trace after we did a trace on it. We didn't have the receipt. It was years later. It was years after I had paid that ticket. About 12 years later, almost. That's why it's very important to keep all your documents. I have seen this before. You pay something, a ticket or something, a fine or something, you pay, keep your receipts. These states and cities have been known for doing that. Suspending driver license and trying to make you pay double for tickets. They know that a lot of people lose their tickets, and then they can get some extra money out of you. They would do it. They would go back years. These cities and states like like they did me in Mississippi, they would go and attack anybody's driver license to get some money out of you. It's a ring. Little cities, big cities, all of them do that. They would go in them files and pull up some people who done had tickets and run a gamble that you can't prove that you paid this ticket. You can't produce no receipt. They know a lot of people ain't gonna trace no money, or you ain't got nothing to go back and trace. So they get a lot of people like that. We're gonna suspend your license or whatnot, and you have to pay us again for this ticket. When they looking at you done paid that ticket. A lot of clerks in towns and cities done went down for doing that. The bigger the city, like Jackson, Mississippi, they have them rings. They know how to work the system. I had that man down in Jackson, Mississippi one time to tell me, "Oh, we just want you to slow down a little bit. We can reinstate $25. We reinstate such. They were doing illegal stuff. Mississippi, the state found out about it and they cracked down on it. That's why they changed some stuff. Little towns do it too. East Tennessee, I've seen this 3 or 4 times in my life. They would suspend your, they would go back and go in the records and suspend your license over something that you done had and cleared a long time ago and force you to repay that. Banking on that you don't have no receipt and you don't have nothing, no record of it. So you can't do nothing but pay it again. A lot of people have been victimized by that. Then when they get caught, they'll put it on a clerical issue. Oh, it was just a clerical issue. No, it wasn't. Y'all stealing. Somebody here stealing. Any place you go and have to deal with money orders and mail this in and do this anywhere you go, you are subject to that, mainly with driver license. I can be driving now. My license could be suspended now. I ain't had a ticket in years, but somebody can go back in the system and go back 20 years. That same issue that I dealt with out of California, it can come up again. People would put stuff on the system when they know they the ones stealing. A lot of people have got caught up in some stuff like that because somebody's stealing. Small towns, major towns, all of them do it. People who have access, clerk's office and stuff like that. Even I did a thing talking about how Memphis were ripping people off with light bills. They would shut your lights off and force you to go down there and pay a bill that you had already paid. They do that. Memphis flat got me one time. I produced a receipt. I paid the bill. I didn't go to the what's name to the office, but I went to a place that took the payments. I produced a receipt. Now, did the money go from them to the, it could have been that wherever I went and paid, they stole the money, some A-rails or whatnot. But I still was on the hook, even though I produced a receipt. I was arguing with them people. Memphis, right there, Chevy Drive and Eric Presley. I showed them the receipt. Well, you gonna pay it or not? I had to pay it. That was back under Willa Harrington. And I'm hearing they still doing stuff like that. Sending folks bills. Tremendous bill, 2 or 3 times the bills they normally pay. These Democrats and Republicans do that. Anybody who have access to take money in clerk's office or whatever, if you got to go to the light bill place, you can do it in Madrid, in some apartments. Anywhere you go and deal with money people, they will try to rob you through the computers. And a lot of times, they be successful. That's why it's good to hold your receipts. But if you're dealing with places like light bills and people, if they're going to force you to pay it again, you still got to pay it. Now, it's unclear. It could have been that, like I said, the place I went to that were authorized to take the light bill place money at that time, it could have been that I paid them and they didn't forward the money. But all I know is the light bill people, Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, did not honor my receipt. I don't have some issues in my life with license. Keep your receipts. Get you a safe deposit box, get you a safe at home, and keep your receipts. You can be facing an issue that you took care of 20 years ago. It can come up again. Keep your receipts. Make copies of them. I had to learn this the hard way a few times. If you ain't got no receipt or something that get money or a receipt, they can get you. Even though they looking in the computer. Looking at it, seeing that you cleared. The state of Mississippi knew my license wasn't canceled. They did that just to get some money out of me. I called them people in California. They were like, "What they talking about? We don't want you. We ain't looking for you." They said the issue that we had with you, you cleared that long time ago. We ain't got no hold on your license. Then when I talked to my safety manager at that time to come out, he said, "Yeah, we've been getting a lot of this lately. Drivers' licenses are being suspended, especially out of state of Mississippi. Their licenses are being suspended. They don't know nothing over lies, pretty much." A clerical issue can derail your life